What's up, Richard? Timmers here. Since, of course, it is the month of August, lots of really interesting films to look forward to. So, here is my official top 10 anticipated films coming out in the month of August. Alright, number 10 is the new Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson comedy come to Amazon, The Pickup. The trailers have actually looked pretty fun here. If you guys are, it's also directed by Tim Story, who directed the first two Fantastic Four movies. He also put out the Ride Along films. He's done some pretty decent stuff over the years, in my opinion. Now, this of course stars Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, Keke Palmer. You also got Andrew Dice Clay is in this. It's where like a routine cash pickup takes a wild turn when mismatched armed truck drivers, Russell and Travis, are ambushed by ruthless criminals led by savvy mastermind Zoe. And the trailer does look pretty fun here. You know, Eddie Murphy, it's always nice seeing a new Eddie Murphy movie. Who doesn't love the Murphy Meister? Seeing him pair up with Pete Davidson seems pretty cool. I mean, you got old SNL cast member teaming up with the modern SNL cast member. That's pretty awesome. So I'm definitely intrigued to see this. Hopefully it's a good one. Now, number 9 is probably a film that not many people are even interested in. But I'm actually really intrigued by it. It's the movie Fix. Now, Fix is pretty much about Bull, who's an average all-around good dog who discovers he's about to be neutered the next morning. But he realizes he needs one last adventure with his best friends. You know, because it's 24 hours with his you know what still attached. Now, this is of course. Now, this movie is actually directed by Jenny Charlowski, who gave us like shows such as Samurai Jack, Dexter's Laboratory. He also directed the Hotel Transylvania movies, so there's that. The trailer does actually look pretty funny. Now, I love a good raunchy R-rated animated comedy here. So, I'm intrigued to see it. Hopefully, you know, it's a good one, and doesn't disappoint, but we'll see. Alright, number 8 is The Roses. Now, The Roses is, of course, based on The War of the Roses, which also got turned into a feature with Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner. And it stars Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman, where life seems very easy for the picture-perfect couple, Ivy and Dio. Successful careers, a loving marriage, great kids, but the facet of their supposed ideal life, stories is brewing as Dio's career nosedives while Ivy's own ambitions takes off here. Now, you also do got the likes of Andy Samberg, Allison Janney, Kate McKinnon. The trailers for this looks terrific. You know, I think Cumberbatch looks great in this. Coleman looks good. Definitely looks charming. So I'm all for this. And it's directed by Jay Roach, who's gave us like the Meet the Parents movies, the Austin Powers films. So that piques my interest too. Alright. Number 7 is actually going to go to The Toxic Avenger. Now, this is, of course, another remake of an 80s film, by the way. Of course, from the same company behind the Terrifier movies, starring Peter Dinklage, Jacob Tremblay. It's where, like, a horrible toxic accident transforms down-ridden janitor Winston Goose into the evolution of Hero, the Toxic Avenger. And the trailer does look a lot of fun. Does look pretty bloody here. You know, you got Peter Dinklage, who's always good. So I'm all for this. Like, if you guys never seen the original, that's pretty cool too. But yeah, I'm all for this. Hopefully, it's a good one. All right, number 6 is Honey Don't. I always keep calling it Honey Don't I, but it's called just Honey Don't. It's directed by Ethan Cohen, who directed last year's Drive-Away Daughters, which I had a fun time with too. This stars Mark Aquali, as well as Chris Evans and Aubrey Plaza. You also have Charlie Day, Billy Eichner, many others. Now, here's what it's about. Honey O'Donoghue, played by Qualley, a small-town private investigator, delves into this series of strange deaths tied to a mysterious church. And the trailer does look pretty funny here. I did quite like Drive-Away Daughters, so seeing the... now, I know Ethan Coen has directed stuff with his brother, Joe Coen. I still hope those two actually do another film together. But hey, I still like Drive Away Daughters, so I'm intrigued to see Ethan Coen's follow up here. Hopefully, it's a good one, but we'll see. All right, number 5 is The Naked Gun. Now, this is also another remake of a 80s film. Pretty cool. I got like not one but 3 remakes of 80s films on this. With the Roses, Toxic Avenger, and now The Naked Gun. So that's pretty cool. Now, of course, this is directed by Chip and Dale and Hot Rod director Akiva Schaffer, starring Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson. It's of course where like only one man has a particular set of skills, and that's of course Frank Drebin Jr., played by Liam Neeson. And this does look a lot of fun here. Looks hilarious. Like, by the way, some of the promotion for this thing has looked great. Like, when I went to see a Fantastic Four this week, like in front of it, instead of the actual trailer shown, it had Liam Neeson pretty much telling people that just telling people how like raunchy comedies has been missed and stuff, and only one way you can help revive their comedies is by getting a ticket to the Naked Gun, which the promotion for this thing has just been off the chain. I'm definitely excited for this thing, nonetheless. You got Pamela Anderson, who's always good, so I'm excited for this. Hopefully, it's a good one. All right, number 4 is Nobody 2. Now, I was actually interested in this before because I did quite like the first film, but I got more excited for this when I saw the trailer. I mean, John Wick meets National Lampoon's Vacation was not on my bingo card this year, and that's what we get with this. I mean, it does look a lot of fun here. This time around, you have Bob Odenkirk reprising his role as suburban dad Hutch Mansell, who's a former lethal assassin who's pulled back into a violent past after during a home invasion. And of course, he sets off a chain of events here. And of course, he's on vacation with his wife and kids. Yeah, this definitely has a little bit of like the National Lampoon's Vacation vibe here, mixed with like a John Wick and obviously Nobody and stuff. So I'm definitely excited for this thing. It does look a lot of fun. Hopefully, it does at this point, but we'll see. All right, number 3 is Weapons. Weapons looks really good. It's directed by Barbarian director Zach Krieger. It's when all but Bloodshot from the same class mysteriously vanished on the same night at extremely the same time. A community is left questioning what is behind their disappearance. And you of course have like Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, Benedict Wong. This does look pretty creepy here. Of course, I did quite like Barbarian. Even though he didn't direct it, I also like Companion. I know he didn't direct that, but he was like a writer on it, so I think it was like a writer producer. I can't remember. But yeah, whatever it takes. Companion was excellent. Weapons does look intriguing, so I'm all for it. I know it's original, but for some reason, if you had told me that this is based on a Stephen King book, I probably wouldn't believe you. This definitely feels very Stephen King-esque. But alright, number 2 is Freakier Friday. Now, of course, this is the follow-up to 2003's Freaky Friday, with like years after Tess and Anna, played by Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, entered a identity crisis. Obviously, switching bodies with one another. This time around, they actually switched bodies with Lindsay Lohan's daughter and stepdaughter. So I'm definitely excited for this one. I love the original Freaky Friday. Seeing Lindsay Lohan back on the big screen, pretty awesome there. Because other than her little like cameo in that Mean Girls film last year, it's been a while since she's actually done a film for Deers. Like, I know she did those Netflix movies, but I'm talking about Deer-wise. So I'm definitely excited for this. Hopefully it is a good one, but we'll see. And my number 1 anticipated film of August is Caught Stealing. Directed by Darren Aronofsky, starring Austin Butler as Hank Thompson, who was of course a high school phenom who can't play anymore. But everything else is going okay. Where like of course he attends a bar in New York here. But when a punk rock neighbor, Russ, asks him to take care, of her, of his cat for a few days, he of course suddenly finds himself caught in the middle. A motley crew of of all giant gangsters here. You also have like Bad Bunny, who was just in Happy Gilmore 2 this week. He looks great in this. Zoe Kravitz, Austin Butler, Virginia King, Leo Schreiber, Vincent D'Onofrio. This just looks loads of fun. Looks entertaining. Austin Butler's pretty hot right now thanks to like Elvis, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and all. So yeah, I'm definitely sure to see this when it comes out. And of course, you got Darren Aronofsky, who of course last directed Brendan Fraser to an Oscar. I don't think this is gonna be an Oscar like The Whale was, but at least it looks a little better than let's say Noah or Mother. So at least that's that. But that's pretty much it there. Let me do the quick rundown. Alright. 10 The Pickup, 9 Fix, 8 The Roses, 7 The Toxic Avenger, 6 Honey Don't, 5 The Naked Gun, 4 Nobody Chew, 3 Weapons, 2 Freakier Friday, and number 1 Caught Stealing. Now there's other ones coming out too. There is the movie Together, but I might be seeing that like before August, so that's why it's not in my list there. Let's see. Other films here. Now, I know people saying, "Oh, where's the Bad Guys 2?" I'm interested in the Bad Guys 2, but I'm not like pumped for it. Like it's not It's not really in my anticipated list or anything. I mean, I thought the first Bad Guys was fine, but not really like too excited for the new one. Let's see. My Oxford Year looks pretty decent. What else we got here? My Mother's Wedding. That actually looks pretty decent with Scarlett Johansson. Americana, Witchboard looks pretty decent. Trust with Sophie, not Sophie Thatcher, Sophie Turner. Splitsville. There's also the re-release of Jaws, which I'll probably watch that. Anyway, let me let you guys. What are some films coming out in August you're interested in? Are you interested in Freakier Friday? Are you interested in Weapons, Caught Stealing? Draw Constable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Serious Iron.